Have you ever felt like you were ready to step into a new iteration of yourself and you were just like, oh my gosh, what am I doing wrong? Why is it that I have these goals and I'm not seeing them materialize? And you may actually be taking action, right? You might be, actively doing all of the steps that you've seen them say you should do on the internet, and you're doing this and you're doing that. But sometimes it's not about what you're doing, it's about what you're thinking. It's about who you are being and what you are embodying. And this is why I believe that expansion is a conscious decision. It happens within. And if you are familiar with the work of Neville Goddard or any of the teachings within the field of law of attraction, you've probably heard the saying, feeling is the secret. But I also want to, partner that with one of my favorite quotes by Mahatma Gandhi. And the quote goes, "A man is but a product of his thoughts. What he thinks, he becomes." So whatever is happening within consciousness, whatever is happening up here, that is what you are going to see materialize around you. So you can be working your butt off, okay, trying to do this, trying to do that. But if you don't even believe that it is yours, if you don't believe that you deserve it, that all of your hard work is going to pay off and then some, you have to reprogram your mind. And I've had to do this quite a few times at every single level, every big goal I set for myself. Like even I'll use, when I wrote my book as an example. I was just getting out of graduate school and I found myself unemployed during the pandemic. And around that time, I had been in the consciousness of, I'm going to be an economist. I'm going to work at the World Bank. And I was a consultant at the World Bank. But when it didn't turn into a full-time role, I was like, oh, what do I do now? So when the opportunity presented itself for me to publish a book, I had to get out of all of those limiting beliefs that told me like, girl, what? Who's gonna buy your book? Girl, you need a PhD or something. Like you need to have been like speaking on stages to publish a book. And I mean, obviously now I know that is not the case. Anybody can publish a book. It just takes discipline and commitment and devotion and, some thought leadership in your subject matter and a development of expertise. But do you see how I had to become somebody new? I had to become somebody new within consciousness in order to expand into the version of myself that could publish a book. I had to become someone who was more disciplined with my thoughts, disciplined with what I was taking in, because expansion is a conscious decision. You have to start being very ruthless, which I've talked about in my Dream Girl video. If you haven't watched it, go and check it out. I think the video is called Your Dream Girl Era Has a Dark Side. Here's how to embrace it or something like that. But essentially I talked about how you have to be ruthless with your energy, and your energy and your thoughts are like, they're so intertwined, because if you think really positive thoughts and you have an optimistic outlook and attitude, Robert Greene talks a lot about this as well in his Laws of Human Nature. But if you go into life and go into the world with this positive, yes, I can, I think I can, audacious attitude, your energy is going to match that. You're going to feel like, yeah, I can. Like, it's kind of like when you see athletes. They're not going to go into the championships thinking, oh shit, what if I lose? Like, what if I fumble? Like, no, they go in thinking, yeah, I got this. That other team, they ain't got nothing on me. They go in prepared to win, and you have to think like a winner in order to win. Growth does not happen just from actions. It is a mindset game. And guess what? There is a war on your mind. Okay. This video is not about fear mongering, but it is just about making you aware of the fact that there are forces seen and unseen that want control of your mind, because it is that powerful. Your imagination is so powerful. The thoughts that you think about yourself, that you think about your abilities, that you think about your gifts, that you think about your connection to God and the world, it is so potent, so formidable that when you harness it, you can literally change the course of history. We've seen this time and time again, people who thought something and then that channeled into energy, and then that energy became inspired action, and that inspired action changed the world. It uplifted society. It created inventions and innovative ideas that transformed the way that we live. So expansion is also a decision. It's not something that finds you. You have to decide, yes, this is what I'm going to do, and then you just stick with it. I think we live in a flip-floppy kind of society. Like, people don't necessarily honor the essence of integrity anymore, which is, being somebody of your word and being who you say you are, no matter who's watching and no matter who's around. But when it comes to expansion, you actually have to be about that life. It's not about, going on the internet and saying, yeah, I'm this, I'm that, I'm a queen, I'm what are all these things, high value, all of that. Okay, cool. But who are you being inside? Because in your innermost self, that is who you really are. And that is what the world, the universe is always going to reflect back to you. Okay, so I want you to know that expansion is a choice that you can make. It has nothing to do with your external circumstances. It's not really about how much money you have in the bank, or how much money your parents have, or the degrees that you have. All of those things are nice. Those things are tools, and they can help you if you're able to really leverage them. But this video is more so about self-mastery and mastery of what you allow to go on within your consciousness and what you allow to go on within your conscious mind. And I'm going to take it a step further before I bid thee farewell. Your subconscious mind is more powerful than you even realize. So when you are taking in information, even the environments that you frequent or the people that you are around, your subconscious is picking up data. It's picking up data and using that data to formulate your belief systems. So if you want a video about how I've been able to transform my subconscious mind and literally keep leveling up, I think it's just ridiculous that I've been able to pull off a lot of what I said I was going to do. I remember last year, around this time last year, I told a friend, I'm really thinking about, starting my own fashion line. And now I have a line of leather bags handcrafted in London, England that I'm selling. I'm, designing an apparel line. I'm launching a jewelry line. What? That's what? It was my mindset. I had to shift into that new persona within myself. And I had to decide that I was going to do it. It was not really about waiting for something externally to happen to push me to the finish line. It's more of an intrinsic journey and transformation. So if you love spiritual mindset content like this, I highly encourage you to be a part of the Alare lifestyle community. We have a good time over here, okay? And also, I invite you to join the Alare Insiders Club, where you can become a VIP member and get exclusive access to our monthly publication. I'll be talking about Heart Chakra Healing 101 and how stepping into the lover frequency can breathe new life into not only your relationships, but also your career. And I will also be talking about how to leverage elements of your natal chart to spring forward into an upgraded life and version of yourself. So if any of that interests you, go on over to alarelifestyle.com, go to the Insiders Club tab, and just type in your email and you will get the publication straight to your inbox, as well as exclusive invitations to VIP events that are coming up this year. So thank you so much for watching this video. Be soon. Mwah! I love you. I'll talk to you next time.